Welcome to the Talking the Line podcast, presented to you by Talking the Line Sports Media, giving you our best insights and analysis so you can rake in some cold hard cash on your next sports bet. Now sit on back, open up your mind, and let's cash some tickets. We can't thank you enough for joining us. We hope you enjoy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers. Far and wide. Welcome in to episode number 183 of the Talking the Line podcast on this absolutely beautiful Wednesday of bets, also known as, so you don't have to check your calendar for the first time today like I just had to, December the 15th, 2021. Now we have an absolutely jam-packed middle of the week episode filled with nothing but knowledge, insights, analysis, and you know, of course, the occasional rabbit hole or two. But before we dive into all of that nonsense, please take a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the TTL Pod on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell over there as well so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping from the crew. But if you are watching on one of our social media platforms, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, follow button there so you never miss any of our additional social media content. And one final group of human beings we never forget about, if you are listening to the TTL Pod on your favorite podcast directory, make sure you hit that subscribe button there too if you haven't already, as we always release the audio of every episode after each live show is complete. Next item up on the docket. You could be so kind, you can find it in your heart to do so. You got an extra second while you're sitting here watching today's show. Hit that like button, leave us a comment, leave us a rating, jump on over yonder in the live chat if you are watching live. Maybe hit that share button. Send it on over to your brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, friends, enemies, neighbors, people who live on the opposite side of the damn globe as you, but you refer to as a good old-fashioned ticket cash and degenerate, and they like doing the same things we do, and that is bankrupting these books. Because, my friends, when you do those things, we can't tell you how much we appreciate it when you do, and it only helps us make TTL Sports Media bigger, better for each and every one of you. Last, certainly not least, before we get on into it, head on over to this episode's description where you will locate the Talking the Line link tree. Within that link tree, you will find the talkingtheline.com website, the TTL Crew's social platforms, and all of our additional content, so you can consume all of that jazz in one convenient location, however and whenever you please. Ladies and gentlemen, and beautiful gambling people, joining us for episode 183 of the TTL Pod, I am your humbled, honored, hyped, and always handicapping host, Colton Cap'n Colt Sroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by and hang out with me and my partner on this gorgeous Wednesday of bets. Talk a little bullshit in between, dive into some rabbit holes as per usual. No more time to hesitate, no more time to delay. I have mentioned the crew, us, and now partner one too many times without acknowledging the second man that is always gracing us with his presence on this here podcast, and as well as the Wise Words podcast that drops today for my first shameless plug of the day at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time right after this here show, as well as the co-host of the Cup of Joe on Campus podcast every Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Without further ado, my friends, he's here, he's ready to rock and roll, and you know him as the man, the myth, and the degenerate gambling legend, but we can't ever forget during this time of the year, the TTL's resident Southsider and absolute cheesehead himself, Mr. Riley RMags Magnuson. Partner, how you doing over there today, pal?
My man, I am doing fantastic on this beautiful Wednesday here in the windy city. It is both windy and actually beautiful here in December, my friend. I don't know if the apocalypse is going on, but it is 60 degrees here in December in Chicago. That is not something that we are typically keen to see, and so I don't know what the hell's going on today and tomorrow, but shorts coming out. I'm headed. I don't know if we need to head to the beach. I don't know, man, but busting out the sunscreen today. I don't know about you.
Yeah, sunscreen is out of the closet. Cooler is down from the top rack on the shelf where it usually gets put up for December. Maybe your boy does a little bit of work this afternoon with ice cold cooler full of Bud Lights and maybe a little wood and a little bit of outside action. It is last time I looked, it's pretty damn overcast. I think there's going to be some rain and shit for all of you listeners in the Illinois or Windy City area. Going to be some early showers this morning into the early afternoon, and then it looks like noon, 1, 2 o'clock. It is going to be beautiful.
Are we weathermen?
Who's to say? I don't know. Maybe I check the app from time to time. Maybe this is how we start the show from here on out. Just like the coffee shit started, this is how the weather thing starts. I don't know who's to say. Who are we, Mags? What I do know and what I can say is we had a hell of a day yesterday across the board, bankrupting the fucking books. So, my friends, we are a full transparency show. And sometimes we ask you to judge us by our losers. Most of the time by our winners because we love Cashin tickets. But when you have to judge us by our losers, please do so with a tongue-in-cheek manner because we have so few of them sons of bitches, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, it was the same story. The same story, Mr. Yesterday. Shout out to my man, Miguelito, one of the car preps when I used to work at the Green Machine Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Shout out. All right, here we go. Rika, hey, show full of rabbit holes today, my friends. You better lock in. RMags. 2-0 sweep. Get the fucking broom out of the closet, my friend. Texas Southern -3, 1/10. No problem against the Vaqueros and the Raptors +8. You tweeted it out last night. The Nets cannot simply let that game slip away, or the Raptors cannot let that game slip away. They ended up only losing it by 3 points. Covering the point dropped down to +5.5.
Yes, sir.
What say you about your 2 picks yesterday, sir?
Hey, man, I mean, Texas Southern, that was partially more of a fade on, those Vaqueros over there, but, decent showing from them. But, yeah, the Raptors, man, luckily I caught that +8. We talked about how we thought, that's got to be Kevin Durant, right? Well, it was actually everybody but Kevin Durant, which typically. You know, that's about the same value when you got Kevin Durant and Patty Mills in a essentially G League lineup. So shocked that the Raptors couldn't pull that one out. Lost it in OT, 2 or 3. I don't remember exactly what it was, but nonetheless, man, brutal loss, but fantastic cover if you caught the 8 or even that 5.5, like you said, partner. So we're gonna keep steaming along here.
150%, 3-2 day from your boy, the mid-major king. A little bit of a hiccup there on Furman. Furman had the ball game tied going into halftime, and somehow somebody inserted a lid over the top of their basket going into the second half. So we all know what the hell happened there, and they ended up losing. They lost it by a point or just a bucket. They failed to
lost
cover
by 13, right?
Yeah, they failed to cover by a bucket, so they lost by 13. And then UCSB, stop. Right here, right now, fucking Mags. Do not let me take the damn UCSB Gauchos on this show ever again. Well, not ever again, because I really like the Gauchos, but at least through. See, look at me, fucking justification. Justification and rationalization will only get you so far in this life, folks. Mags, at least through fucking 2022, do not let me bet on the damn Gauchos, dude. We had it move up to 4.5, sit with ease, and
maybe as a dog, maybe in a dog,
maybe
spot?
As a dog, I think so. That's probably the spot. Monmouth survived the plus 1.5 flippage. I said, hey, baby, you got right here in the Yale Auditorium or Stadium, whatever they call it.
Probably not that, but yeah,
I don't fucking think so. But it flipped to plus 1.5. They took care of business, easy money. So I think Monmouth is going to continue to be a wagon. You'll see him here plenty. Jacksonville against those lower level opponents. I told you, man, finally it paid off. They fucking whooped USM's. They by like 13 or 14 yesterday. It was a game and a half. And then UC Davis, I said, hey, this is probably my favorite one of the day against Oregon State. That Oregon State team is just broke.
Yep.
And man, oh man, did it pay off.
They won outright, right?
Yeah, UC Davis won outright as well. Moneyline Dice got back on track, all below us. Suns minus 1.5. They got their cover. 2 for Tuesday parlay. Son of a bitch. You know,
Devils got smoked.
Okay, so here's the thing, Mags. Here's my rationale, right?
Yeah.
Last week, 2 for Tuesday parlay was plus 22 odds. I do believe both of the plus 222. Yeah, it was bound and destined to get to the pay window, right? Well, this week, both legs lose. You know, it's kind of what's the word they call it in the industry? Payback for us, kind of, stiffing one real good to the gambling gods last week.
Well, I don't really regret the Devils play, but we definitely got out of our trend that we were trying to, pick off last week, which, again, I don't regret it because I do they got the pan smoked off of them, but I still don't regret it. Maybe we'll try to stick with our, the trend that we were rocking with and see if that one continues to roll down the tracks. Before we get moving along, I wanted to ask you about that Monmouth-Yale game. Do you think that was more about Monmouth being a solid team or maybe more about Yale not really being the team that everyone's kind of talking them up to be? Because I saw a lot of people on Twitter yesterday pissed off about that Yale pick, them picking Yale. You think that's more about Yale being good or Yale maybe not being the team that everyone's talking about here?
2 points to that. Thank you, sir, for going to this game. Number one, just bet with the mid-major king. That's all I ask you. That's all I tell you. Stop fucking going to all these goober tubers that, NFL's about to be over. College football's pretty much done. I might as well just come on over to college basketball markets. Yeah, that's my first point. Second point is, Monmouth can just knock down shots when they need to. They can knock down shots when they need to, man. And I just think Yale is overvalued, man. They've been overvalued by us before on this show, and I don't know. I'm a big fan of the Bulldogs in certain spots, but I think Monmouth is just an absolute dog. They're a wagon on the defensive side of the ball. I talked about it yesterday. They're a wagon offensively, so. Yeah, I would definitely say for the foreseeable future, especially if they keep giving them to us as plus 2.5, minus 1.5, plus 1.5, I'm going to keep hammering in the Hawks every day of the week and 5 times on Sunday. So you might as well just strap in because you're going to keep seeing the Monmouth Hawks on my damn list until the wheels fall off of that wagon. So, full recap, what the hell, 5-2 overall if you played them straight up, so that's that's a hell of a positive day if I do say so myself. And then if you do play like we recommend, always afford to be who you can afford to be, gamble responsibly. 2 for Tuesday parlay, quarter unit, half a unit, whatever you can afford. That bad boy lost, so overall still seems like a positive day and a half for me, or from me, my friend. Speaking of positive days, speaking of being able to track it, make sure you follow us in a few places or a few different apps you might have that you can check us out. Number one, the Action Network app. You can follow me at cash_with_Colt. You can follow Riley at RMags in all caps. And then you can find this here podcast, Daily Best Bets of the Day, at Talking the Line. Also, you might see a little somebody from this next app, my second shameless free plug of the day for the Wise Words podcast that drops today at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, immediately following the conclusion of this show. The Chalkboard HQ app, downloaded on the App Store, not on Google Play yet. We had a conversation about that, but download that, and then also follow Chalkboard HQ on Twitter. Follow our board on the Chalkboard app, Talking the Line, and then jump in one of our channels. Talk back and forth with us. We have a channel for literally everything out there. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. We partnered with them about a month back now, I think it was, Mags, and we've absolutely loved the apps ever since. And then also, if you ain't got none of them fancy old apps, maybe you got one of those old dinosaur Motorola phones. I know you got fucking access to the internet. Just go on down to your local library, type in talkingtheline.com/today's-best-bets. You'll find all of our best bets right there. And hey, wouldn't you know it, you can actually bet right from our website. So, my friends, there you go. There you have it. Peruse around the website too, talkingtheline.com. While you're there, you might as well hang out. So, 15 minutes past the top of the hour, partner. Ready to rock and roll for today's loaded day. We got your bets, my bets, Wednesday Warrior, Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off, Moneyline Dice Roll, and then second half of the show, nonsense. So, before we get on into it, anything from your side of the screen, good sir?
No, sir. Trying to see if there's any NFL breaking news. Obviously, a lot of dudes out for some COVID protocols this week, so proceed with caution on the NFL, my friend. But nothing crazy so far this morning. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I tweeted that out yesterday. We'll talk about it second half of the show, but I tweeted it out yesterday. I think it was like 21 hours ago. Damn you, Uncle COVID. With the Thundercats, I can't think of the bad guy's name, the villain's name, shaking his fist. And damn you, Uncle COVID. And all this shit came out this morning. I bumped that back up to the very top of everybody's timeline so everybody could see that again this morning. Because, we'll talk about there is plenty of nonsense going on there as far as Uncle COVID ravaging the NFL, NHL, and NBA. What the hell is going on out there, dude? I don't know. What I do know is we'll talk about it later. And one other thing we need to complete before we get on with the show today. So, my friends, all of you out there, maybe you're stopping by for the first time. You don't know what the hell's about to go down. Maybe you've been here for a few times and you haven't been here right around this time when it's happened. Or maybe you're just one of the TTL faithful that love this part. So I say to you, lift up your damn glasses and tummy. To you over there, you beautiful sir, and all of you beautiful gambling people out there sipping the black elixir of the gods this morning, this afternoon, or this evening, take your damn sip and let's get on with it. Ooh. My goodness, Mags. That's a 3-sipper. I ain't never had a cup of coffee this good in all my days.
I don't know what it is about mine today. I was something hitting different with mine today, too, not even lying to you.
Hitting different. Okay, so coffee down the gullet. Cheers has been made. My friends, stop all the nonsense. Quit all the banter. Cut all the gossip that you could go to every other sports media outlet and get. You come to the TTL Pod for the Stone Cold Locks, Picks, Insights, Analysis. Diving into a few rabbit holes from time to time. But most importantly, running tickets to the window with the TTL Crew. The pay window, not just any window. The pay window with the TTL Crew all day and night long. So without further ado, my friends, it's time to get into the first segment of the day. Also known as RMags Best Bets of the Day. Partner, rev up the engines, drop it into second gear. You ain't got to have it too crazy. We don't have to be spinning around the track. You know, sometimes, hey, maybe if you're on a nice little Kawasaki, you drop it into second gear. That wheel wants to pop up a little bit. So, hey, what I'm going to tell you is let it fire, let it rip, and my friend, you have the floor.
I appreciate you, my man. Actually, before I do, did you see... I don't know why this man. That just reminded me of this. There was like some.
It's going to be a show today.
I don't watch all this shit, but some monster truck did like a front flip, and then someone said it was the first ever monster truck front flip. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, dude.
Dude. Okay, yeah. Hey, I like those vibes. I like that energy. The first ever monster truck front flip of gambling
was
picks.
electric,
Let's
if I'm being
fucking go.
honest.
Hey, I might, while you're dishing out number one here, since we've already talked about it a little bit, I will go ahead and take a little gander at what you're talking about there. Monster truck
See if you
front
can
flip.
find it.
So, see if I can find it. Without further ado, now I officially yield back. My friend, you have the floor.
Alrighty, today I've got 2 NBA picks. I've been going a little one here, one there. I've got 2 NBA picks that I absolutely love today, partner. And I'm going to kick it off both on the, technically Western Conference, West Coast. One's not so much West Coast. One of the teams at least. But anyways, I'm going to the Denver Nuggets minus the 4 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Denver Nuggets are the home team in this one. And partner, I ask you, and I know you're not too tapped into the NBA, but are the Denver Nuggets back? Are the Denver Nuggets back?
You know, I am starting to get on that side of the fence, my friend.
So maybe not the full train of what they've been the last few years. Obviously, still no Jamal Murray. But they're starting to play a lot better. And boy, oh boy, is Nikola Jokic, not only back, but he might even be playing better than he was last year in his MVP season. So I absolutely love this Denver Nuggets team right now. They're 5-3 straight up last 8. Also ATS, all 5 wins, all 5 ATS covers as well, all 3 losses, all 3 ATS falls. But nonetheless, I mentioned Jokic just playing at an unbelievable pace right now, smashing, I don't want to say smashing his stats from last year, but just from an eye test perspective, he's controlling all these games so damn well. And I think, partner, the public is going to be rushing to the underdog Wolves. They're kind of a darling, and we've talked about it before. They're kind of a darling. I love watching them. And if you give them 4 or 5 points, they're a little bit of a, it catches your eye a little bit. But I don't think this is the side to be on. What do you got? Oh, you saw it? You see it?
It's fucking insane.
It's crazy, right?
Holy shit. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm listening to
okay.
everything
No,
you're
no, no,
saying.
please.
Holy fuck. Keep going. I got to figure out a way. We're going to watch that, folks.
sure.
I'll
For
figure
sure.
out a way. I promise. We'll figure out a way. Holy shit.
So I think people are going to be rushing to this team that everybody loves in the Wolves, getting a few points, but I think the Nuggets are going to be the team tonight. They just returned from a literal 2-week road trip. So a lot of that, I don't know if exactly that 8 stretch is all 8 on the road or not. I should have double-checked that. Might have been 7, 8, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, 2-week road trip where they fared pretty damn well against some solid competition. They get one home game the other night at home against the Wizards, where they got their legs back under them at home. Now they've got a second one, and I think they're going to start dominating at home right before they go on another short road trip. They really want this one against a Western Conference team that they play quite a bit. It's a team that they really love to beat up on, and I mentioned that, partner, because they have won 12 straight games against these Minnesota Timberwolves going back the last 3 seasons. ATS hasn't been as crazy, so I don't think you're going to see all these. Oh, the Nuggets are 8-2, 9-1 last 10 against the Timberwolves. It's pretty close to even as far as ATS. So I don't think this is any type of trap, because I don't think a lot of people know that the Nuggets are dominating the Wolves like that. So I think once again they have the juice tonight. The Wolves 0-4 ATS. I shouldn't say juice like that. That's a common gambling term. I don't want that to be confused as far as the literal gambling sense of juice. I'm saying just that energy type of juice. But anyways, last thing as far as a couple trends, the Timberwolves 0-4 ATS last 4 on 2 to 3 days rest. That is exactly the case here tonight. But 9-25 their last 9-26, my blind ass, last 35 on 2 days rest. So that's going back to the last 2-3 seasons on 2 days rest. Whoa. Absolutely brutal, and I think that's what we're going to see tonight. I think they're going to be coming out slow, and I think these Nuggets are going to slap them in the mouth. So first pick for me, Nuggets -4. It was jumping around a little bit. I believe it's at 4.5. I like it up to 5. Wouldn't go past 5, partner, but I do love it right there at 4.5 still.
Love how you close that. I'm in the boat with you too, my man. I think the Minnesota Timberwolves are kind of that public darling. You said it. I really think that they're a solid team at the end of the day. I think come middle of January, definitely into February, they're going to be a team that will start cashing us some tickets. But for now, they're just being overvalued. And I do think the Nuggets are back, partner. So for his first best bet of the day, do not take it over 5 per the legendary RMags TTL Sports. The Minnesota Timberwolves. No. Sorry. I apologize. I Denver Nuggets -4. Okay, partner, please keep it moving, keep it grooving with your second best bet of the day.
All right, number 2, staying with the NBA, I mentioned going down south to the San Antonio Spurs at home, -3 against the Charlotte Hornets. Another team that the public loves in the Charlotte Hornets, as do I. I love watching this team as well. The total tells me that it's going to be a high-scoring game. Up 227 is the total right now. First things first, LaMelo Ball is questionable. He's been out with some COVID protocols. I honestly like this play, whether he's in or out. If he's out still, I'm not going to try and guess like I do sometimes as far as guessing on some injury news. I like it whether he's in or out. If he's not in, they've been shaky without him the last handful of games. They have not been playing well. If he's in, I still like the matchup with the Spurs in favor of the Spurs. I also wouldn't be surprised if we see some court rust from him if he does come back tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. But again, not trying to guess on any injury news here. But as far as the San Antonio Spurs, man, do not sleep on these Spurs right now. I know they're 10-16 straight up, but last 9 games, 6-3 straight up, 7-2 ATS, and that's no slouch teams, partner. That ain't the Thunder, Rockets, it's Kings, Pistons. That's not who they've been playing. That's a straight-up win against the Warriors and a handful. I obviously don't have the other teams off the top of my head, but it's a solid stretch of teams, if I'm being totally honest with you here. Their offense is playing a lot better right now, and when they're in their home building, partner, this offense really plays well. Middle of the pack effective field goal percentage overall as far as home and away, but when you get them at home, they are top 10, 9th at home in effective field goal percentage, while the Hornets 29th in the entire league and on the road, so it doesn't matter where they play. They are 29th in the league at defensive opponent effective field goal percentage. So I think the San Antonio Spurs team, like I said, you see that high total. I think it's going to be a lot of the Spurs carrying that total, despite what you may think as far as the Hornets. So I got a lot of trends on this one, too, as far as backing me up on this one. Spurs 8-6 ATS at home. Hornets 7-9-1 ATS on the road. Nothing crazy, but you give the edge to the Spurs there. But in a couple of both teams in this exact spot, I really like as far as backing the Spurs and fading the Hornets. Hornets 8-19 ATS last 27 as a road dog. When you get them on the road in a spot like this, they look juicy with the. Again, I said it again. They look satisfying. They look delectable with those points. But they're not the team. It's a trap for you. The Hornets 4-10 ATS, the last 14 in San Antonio. And the Spurs, partner, these ones I really love for the Spurs. I don't think this is any type of coincidence. Spurs 7-1 ATS, last 8 on 2 days rest. Fantastic when you give them a couple days rest. 5-1 ATS, last 6 as a home favorite. And 9-2 last 11 as a favorite overall. So I think that what that tells me is that the books use this Spurs team as kind of a trap for teams like this Hornets team. When you get them at home, they play well, but also, you put the team that looks really, really tasty and really, really fun to bet on, and you put them in a dog spot against, the 10-16 San Antonio Spurs. They're going to smoke the Spurs. Spurs come out and smack you in the mouth, and I think that's what we got here tonight. I got them at -3. I'm seeing 3.5. I wouldn't go over. I honestly would take it up to 4.5, 5. I wouldn't go any. I don't think it's going to get that high. I don't think it's going to go 4.5, but I would. I think they beat them by at least 5. So give me the Spurs -3. I'd level them at 3.5 as well for my second best bet of the day, partner.
I do believe I'm in the boat with you on that one, my friend. We might have an additional play on that one later. Who's to say? Who knows? If you are watching the show live, just I was trying to figure out a way to show it. I think it was kind of fucking up the stream. If it was kind of like glitching out and shit on my
that
side.
shit on the Twitter feed.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just did. That's what I was just about to say. Anybody watching the show live just heard us talk about that, or if you just saw it pop up, I just tweeted that monster truck front flip.
Nice.
It is fucking electric, but. There you go. There you have it.
Did you verify if that was actually like the first ever or something?
Yeah. Somebody fucking
they
already.
Said that? Okay.
Somebody else tweeted it on their. I guess I shouldn't have done stock tips and big tits, but hey, whatever. Such is life. That's probably not who I should have done.
It's not popping up on the video on our feed. Oh yeah, it is. Never mind. Stop.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have done it. Yeah.
Hey, we're 21 plus over here.
Yeah, you know. Maybe I'll change that later. I don't know.
Don't click on that page.
Yeah.
Do not
You know what? I'm gonna
page.
delete that. I'm gonna that. I'm gonna change that here in a minute. Son of a bitch! Why? Fuck yeah! Don't fucking look at that. Yeah, no, I'm gonna delete that and I'll fucking do it later. I'm like, that's not fucking that. Hey, that is not fucking good, dude. Okay. Woo! I saw it. I didn't fucking look at what
good family fun. It's good, clean family fun there.
I got. Okay, I'll fucking anything else because I really want to fucking retweet that. Anything else that you have left on the rest of your plays? Oh, actually, I got it right here. Okay, here's somebody who's not a complete fucking insane motherfucker. Like they're just.
I was
like,
gonna say I saw it from a pretty reputable person last night, so definitely not the old STIOBT
like,
over there.
What the fuck? Oh, this one's even. No, that's not it. Damn, dude. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah. Well, dude, other people have stock tips and fucking big tits, dude. The fucking same one. That shit's fucking electric, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think this one's all right. eSparker.com. I'll fucking tweet it out later. This is too much. Holy fucking shit. This is gone.
But no, I've got nothing else on my plays today. Those are my two for the day, man.
Okay, we need a producer. This has gone down a whole different other rabbit hole. Did not mean for it to go down to. Now we got stock tips and big tits. Oh my days. Oh my days. Okay.
I mean, maybe that's why we got our our friends popping in the comments every day. Jeez.
Well, I've never visited that page before, so I don't think that would be why. Hey, I'm not the one who has big wet butts saved on my laptop, dude. Always glitching out over there. So, hey, cool out, chill out. Second segment of the day before we get into another fucking rabbit hole. Second segment of the day. My best bets of the fucking day. All right, here we go. I got 6 coming at you, so I'll keep them tight. I'll keep them quick. All college basketball plays today once again. A lot of mid-major action. We're not getting into anything big. Well, there's one team, as per usual. I find value on a mid-major team playing a Power 5 team or somewhere in that ballpark. So, without further ado, let's hit the hardwood. Lace them up, boys. First matchup we're going to is the Chattanooga Mocs against the Belmont Bruins, and I'm taking the Mocs +5. Finally get to go back to my boys. If you watched the show before, or even for probably like the last 2-3 months, I've been talking about Chattanooga as the team that I was going to start backing again once we got into the college basketball season. They've just been favored too much. Haven't been able to really back them. Now they're back into the underdog role, and I love them in that spot. This line actually opened up at 6.5, and it may look like it's just been at 5 all day, but it opened up 6.5 last night, already dropped down to 5 today, or actually through last night and then in today. Chattanooga is really rolling, my friends. They're 9-1 straight up, 5-3 against the number overall. On the road, though, they've been just killing it. 5-0 straight up, 4-1 against the number. They've actually played some decent teams. Loyola Marymount +7.5, VCU +3.5, Tennessee Tech -5, and then Lipscomb -7. They've taken care of business left, right, and center, and I think they're being overvalued or undervalued in this spot, rather. Both times they were a dog, they covered with ease. Belmont has been solid, but like I've been saying, not spectacular, my friends. This is their first big home test, in my opinion, because if you look, they did just play SLU, who was a big test, but that was on the Billikens' home hardwood. They are 8-3 straight up, 7-3-1 ATS overall, but at home 3-0 straight up, 2-0-1 ATS. Their two covers were as -14-point favorites against Evansville and -15.5-point favorites against Lipscomb. The one push was as a 6-point favorite against Furman in overtime. So, opened up right around that 6.5, down to 5. The books say, I don't think this one's in more than 4 points, and I don't think so either, my friends. I think they messed up just a little bit. Belmont's been good, but they have not played a team that can match their level like Chattanooga. Outside of the Billikens, and the Billikens covered this number. So, a couple of key things for me. I think this game is going to come down to defense. Chattanooga is allowing 58.9 points per game. Opponents to average 38.3% from the floor and only 27.4% from beyond the arc. They're 68th in opponent effective field goal percent. And you just do a simple comparison to Belmont and you will see the value. 70.8 points per game allowed from the Bruins. 43% from the floor, 33.2% from beyond the arc, and they're 194th in opponent expected field goal percent. I also think another key thing is going to be the rebounding department, my friends. I think Chattanooga gets some second chance opportunities more often than not because they're third in offensive rebounding percentage per KenPom. They're also 286 on the defensive side, but I'm not too worried about that because Belmont's 265th on the offensive side of their ball, rebounding-wise, and 199th defensively. So, if anybody's going to win the glass battle, I think it's going to be Chattanooga offensively, and when you're getting offensive boards, more times often than not, you're going to get 2-3 extra shots of getting a shot, no pun intended, in the peach basket. That all being said, my friends, You don't believe me and my dumbass opinions. Just believe the cold hard trends. Chattanooga 11-3 ATS last 14 Wednesday games, 7-2 ATS last 9 versus a team with a home winning percent greater than 600. Chattanooga's also 35-16 ATS their last 51 as a road dog. And I don't make these things up, my friends. They just happen. Belmont is 2-5 ATS their last 7 Wednesday games. Case of the mid-week blues for the old Bruins? I think so. Give me the Mocs. +5 for my first best bet of the day.
I like this one, partner. I locked this one in this morning after you told me you were taking it because it is probably the one that jumped off the page the most to me. This is just the spot that they take care of business. I think you mentioned it. I mean, as far as covering those spreads as favorites, they're not quite as not quite as solid. They have those big 7-point spreads. They can't do it. Even a spread like this, I think the only failed underdog cover was like a +13 or something like that. So. Or no, I'm sorry. They were a favorite in that game. Never mind. I was reading the wrong thing. They were.
It's all good. Never mind. It's all good, buddy.
Love the +5.
I appreciate you, Mid-Major King. We'll keep it rolling, rocking, and moving. Once again, popped into my head. Big tits and stock tips. I tell you what.
Jeez, dude.
I can't wait to. I can't wait to find that video again. Here we go. Once again, second best bet of the day. I'll let you guys simmer on that once again. Get you a good laugh.
Someone that just popped in is gonna be like,
"What the fuck are you talking about?" Don't visit the page on Twitter. Just trust me, my friends. I got, do not get got. All right. Second best bet of the day. Going to the matchup between the Marshall Thundering Herd and the Ohio Bobcats. And my friends, taking the Marshall Thundering Herd +3.5. Line opened at 6, and it's actually quickly dropped down all the way to 3.5, 3 across the market. I told this to you, partner, before the pod started here. Much like their football team, anytime you see Marshall as an underdog, as the basketball team too, you have to hammer them in, and you have to expect them to thunder. I think they are going to keep rocking and rolling. They've been decent so far this year, but why I mentioned why you have to take them as underdogs. This is the only third time. This will be the third time that they have been an underdog so far. They've only been an underdog 2 other times, and they're 1-1 against the number. They had a 1-point loss as a 1 against the spread loss as a 10.5-point dog, and they only lost by the hook. That was against Indiana, 90-79. So that one sticks out for me. And then also they played Eastern Kentucky, who's one of our mid-major darlings. They were +1.5-point dogs in that game, and they won 80-69. So I think they're being extremely undervalued, especially that I go back to that Indiana game and see that they just lost it by the hook. I think they're being undervalued left, right, and center here. And Ohio's solid, but they're not killing teams, and Marshall is kind of sticking with teams and killing them like 80 to 90, 100 points. Ohio may have just won, but they only put up 55 games against Stetson in their last, or 55 points in their last matchup against Stetson. So I think they're a little fugazi. They've actually scored in the 50s 3 out of their last 6 games overall. And it's funny that I mentioned that because Marshall hasn't scored under the 80s in but one time out of their last 7 games overall. So I'm not saying it's going to be an 80-50 game by any means, but I'm going to say that Marshall's going to have a little bit more success on the offensive side. And speaking of offense, speaking of points, wouldn't you know that Marshall has the old advantage there? They're scoring 83.1 points per game, and they are ranked 78th in offensive efficiency, adjusted offensive efficiency per KenPom, and 92nd in effective field goal percent. Compare that to Ohio, only scoring 72 points per game, 97th in AOE, and 193rd in effective field goal percent. I also think, my friends, that the Thundering Herd boat races the Bobcats. Wow, it always seems that when I have this tempo, that we're opposing a B team. Boat races the Bobcats. Marshall second in the nation in tempo, and Ohio 233rd. So I think Marshall gets out, runs, rocks, and rolls more often than not, and I think they wear down the Bobcats because they are a little bit more physical of a team. They're a little bit bigger of a team, actually right. A lot a bit bigger of a team. Marshall is 32nd in the nation in height per KenPom. Ohio is only 224th. I think we're on the right side here, getting the points. I'd even do a little bit of a sprinkle on the money line, but I'm taking the 3.5. It's my second best bet of the day, but you don't believe me. Believe the trends. Marshall 11-4 ATS last 15 December games. Ohio 2-5 ATS last 7 after allowing less than 50 points in their previous game. 2-7 ATS last 9 Wednesday games, and 1-5 ATS their last 6 overall. One more time, give me the Marshall Thundering Herd +3.5. Second best bet of the day.
I like it, partner. Don't have too much to add on this one. Don't know as much about the Thundering Herd as you do in this one, but haven't been all too impressed with Ohio, so I do like it.
Yeah, I absolutely love the Herd. And it's only times, there's certain teams, I'm going to tell you, I'm taking all underdogs today. And it's one of these days that I really think the dogs are going to be barking. And if you follow me, you follow my plays, that's how I bet. I like the dog that I think is being extremely undervalued. Hey, I'll scoop up the points fucking 9 times out of 10, but boys, I bet you this team is going to win outright. So don't fucking run to the window and start doing that. But that's how, if you haven't picked up on that, that's how I like to bet. I like to have these dogs to cover. So I think they cover that 3.5, no problem. Speaking of 3.5, third best bet of the day, going to the matchup between the Akron Zips against the Wright State Raiders. And we're taking the Zips plus 3.5, my friends. Wright State's being, let's not hold any bones about it, extremely overvalued in this spot, my friends. They're 2-6 straight up, 1-6 against the number, and it's only because they are at home. Whoopee, they're 1-0 straight up overall at home, but they're 0-0 against the number. How does that play? Oh, that's right, because they played Lake Erie College, my friends. I don't think the Akron Zips are anything close to the Lake Erie College, because if I do so vaguely remember, oh yeah, that's right, this Akron Zips team is that exact team that only lost to Ohio State 67-66. What do you know about them potatoes as 16.5-point underdogs, my friends? Are you kidding me? 6-3 straight up overall this season, 4-3 against the number. They've been favored in a couple of spots they shouldn't have been. 0-1 straight up, 1-0 against the number on the road. I think this is too many points for Wright State, who has been scuffling. Not the same team they were last year. If you backed me last year on my college basketball plays, we loved Wright State. The Raiders were ticket cashers. Not as much this year, my friends, and Akron has proven they can get the job done. Now, I looked into it. Offenses are a little similar, but defenses are not, and I think Akron D shines in this game. They're only allowing 60.6 points per game compared to Wright State's 80 points per game, allowing opponents to average 39.2 from the floor and 31.9 from beyond the arc. Simply compare that to Wright State, 46.3 field goal percentage and 31.1% three-point field goal percentage allowed. Also stood out hugely to me is opponent effective field goal percent. Akron ranks 102nd per KenPom, where Wright State ranks 325th per KenPom. I can't back that, my friends. And I also think a big thing is going to be the three ball. Akron averaging 35.1% offensively from deep, where Wright State only averaging 26.9%. Any team that shoots under 30% in college basketball is one that I can't get behind. I also think that the old Zips destroy the Raiders on the glass. Akron, 164th in offensive rebounding percent and 157th in defensive rebounding percent per KenPom. Simple comparison to Wright State, and you can see it again. 275th on the offensive glass, 276th on the defensive glass. Last but certainly not least, if anybody's going to be coughing up the rock, I see it being Wright State, because they rank 204th in offensive turnover percent compared to Akron at 169th on the offensive side of the ball per KenPom. You don't believe me and the nonsense stats and my doofy ass metaphors and back and forth? Hey, there's one thing that you got to believe: the trends. Akron 11-1 ATS. I can't make this shit up. Last 12 Wednesday games. Akron 21-8 ATS. Last 29 as a dog. 6-2 ATS. Last 8 as a road puppy dog, and 5-2 ATS. Last 7 following an ATS loss. Wright State 1-7 ATS last 8 as a favorite, 1-4 against the number their last 5 as a home favorite, and 1-8 against the number their last 9 following an ATS loss as well. Can you say rebound for the Zips and keep falling down for the Raiders? Akron Zips plus 3.5, my third, count it third, best bet of the day.
I like those trends, partner. I might, I am interested in this, but those are some trends that really got me interested in that one for sure.
I love it. I love it. This one jumped off the page of me once I started looking into some of those things and some of those stats. I honestly think Akron just makes easy work of them. I think they win this game outright too. So there you go. Take the 3.5. Don't get wild. Take the 3.5. Next one up might quite possibly be my favorite college basketball play of the day. Mid-major king entering the chat once again. We're going to the matchup between the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders against the Ole Miss Rebs. My friends, trust me, there is not that much of a big of a difference between these two teams, and we are going to be taking the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders plus 11. I would take this son of a gun number down all the way to 4.5 for crying out loud. Maybe not that crazy. 6.5. I'll say 6.5. Okay, relax, everybody. But the 11 is way too much, is the point, my friends. The Rebs are being extremely overvalued in this spot. They're 6-3 straight up, 4-5 against the number overall this season, 5-0 straight up, 3-2 against the number at home. However, their 5 home opponents: Memphis, who, shout out, the team we saw last night against my Crimson Tide. Fucking, that's the team I expected to see all year. What the hell? Then they also played Ryder, your Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils, the Charleston Southern Blue Devils, and then New Orleans. So those 5 teams, well, 4 of them really don't present much of a threat to me like Middle Tennessee has. Everybody thought that Middle Tennessee was going to go and play Murray State in this kind of exact fashion, right around the same number, and get boat raced, and they took care of business. I'm not comparing apples to apples with Murray State and Ole Miss, but I think there is some things we can draw here as to why the absolute red hot, you know how the flames, the bottom part, you have an old gas stove, they're blue flames because it's the hottest flame out there. That's why they're the fucking Blue Raiders. They are absolutely steaming, my friends. 8-2 straight up, 7-1 against the number, 1-2 straight up, 2-1 ATS on the road. But I said I had some keys, I had some things to tell you. I think the defenses are actually pretty doggone similar. You're going to notice it. They're pretty similar height-wise, pretty similar physicality-wise. However, the offense, I think, of Middle Tennessee is going to surprise the Rebs and smack them in the mouth. They're averaging 80.1 points per game compared to Ole Miss's 70.4 points per game. The Blue Raiders averaging 46.9 field goal percent from the floor. No kidding. And then 42.5% for the Ole Miss Rebs. I also looked into effective field goal percent, and actually Middle Tennessee holds a pretty severe advantage here too. 106th in effective field goal percent for the Blue Raiders. The Rebs rank 226th in effective field goal percent per KenPom. I also think, my friends, no B in this opposing team's name, but I do think that the Blue Raiders are going to boat race the Rebs, baby. What do you know about that shit? Tempo, they rank 67th on per KenPom for Middle Tennessee and 293rd for Ole Miss. And then I also think it comes down to the free throw department, my friends. I'm actually surprised to see this. Middle Tennessee ranks 12th in free throw rate per KenPom. Ole Miss 239th. So I looked a little bit deeper into the percentage. Ole Miss 68% from the charity stripe so far this year. Middle Tennessee 72.3%. I think the Blue Raiders' ability to keep knocking down free throws and threes and stay aggressive offensively will allow them to stay in this game. But who the hell am I? What the hell do I know? Just believe the trends. Middle Tennessee 4-0 ATS last 4 on the road, 4-1 ATS last 5 following an ATS win. They're also 5-0 ATS their last 5 overall. Ole Miss 3-8 against the number of their last 11 after scoring less than 50 in their previous game. That was a 48-71 loss to the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, which has not proven to be a good team at all this year. And then Ole Miss 1-5 ATS last 6 following a straight up loss of 20+. And Ole Miss 1-4 ATS their last 5 as a home favorite. I ain't buying it. Too many doggone points. Give me the Blue Raiders plus 11, my 4th best bet of the day.
I like this one a lot, my man. And, you know, you talked about that Memphis Tigers team, and I think part of this line has something to do with, okay, Ole Miss beat Memphis, and then Memphis just came back and smoked Alabama. I think that Memphis team that we saw last night is just a totally different team than we saw lose, 3-4 in a row. I don't think you should look at those 4 losses. I think that was just whatever the hell was happening. They were just a bad team, and Ole Miss took advantage of that. And I think you're right. I think there's way too many points here tonight, partner.
I think Penny Hardaway talking shit to the media really woke the boys up, made them ready to rock and roll. I mean, there's a whole different Memphis team last night. So I definitely think that plays pretty large into it. So give me the Blue Raiders once again. This is my favorite play of the day. But 2 more here to dish out that I still really like. Quick sip of some high-quality H2O, and I'll keep it moving.
Quick NFL news. Sam Darnold designated to return from IR and be at practice today.
Whoa. All that does is open a 21-day window, but that's wild that he's going to be back that quick. That's nuts. Damn. That's wild. Okay. Well, there you go. There you have it. Thanks for the late breaking. 5th best bet of the day coming from me, mis compadres. If you follow the show, we were planning to we're planning to get some damn good value with this team following a poor loss to a Cal Poly Mustangs team that we ended up cashing the ticket on, and they won outright, and everything was okie dokie, howdy do, fine and dandy. And, I said we'll probably be back on them next time around the boat. We're not going to fade the Portland Pilots. They'll probably be a dog, but who knows? So the Portland Pilots are playing the Oregon Ducks today as 17.5 point. Oh my gosh, I'm about fucking coming out of my chairs. 17.5 point dogs. You're out of your damn mind. No way, no how are the Oregon Ducks beating them by that much. It's simply too many points, my friends. Portland is still a solid team. They're 8-3 straight up on the season, 6-4 against the number, but on the road is where they've really shined because they have been undervalued. 2-1 straight up. 3-0 against the number. Oregon has not been good at all, my friends. 5-5 straight up. Far cry from last year's team with a 2-7 against the number record. They are 4-1 straight up at home, but 2-3 against the number overall. Their 2 wins were -13 and -7. That was just a few too many points here, in my opinion, even further solidifying that fact. I told you pre-show, partner, if it's around a 12 or 13, that's why I made this line. At 17 is just way too doggone many points. So I don't like that. What I do like is a couple of key things offensively for Portland. They actually do knock down a few more shots and get a little bit higher scoring than Oregon has proven to be so far this year. They're averaging 77.3 points per game compared to Oregon's 68.4 points per game. Now, I think it'll be a little bit back and forth offensively, and I also think that Portland's defense is going to surprise the Ducks. Portland actually ranks 92nd in opponent effective field goal percent, where Oregon ranks 287th. So even further solidifying the fact that I think Portland has enough offense to hang around, and I think they will do so because the Ducks are not great at defense this year for some reason, and Portland has proven to be so regardless of the level of opponent. I do believe that the Portland Pilots boat race the Ducks in certain occasions, not for the entire game, but I think they can get out and run their fast break more often than not. 94th in the nation in tempo compared to the Oregon Ducks, who are 313th. I also could not believe my eyes, so I had to bring the stat to this here pod. My friends, when you have this many doggone points, when you have games in the world of college basketball, one thing that really matters are free throws. Kids knocking down shots. Free shots from the charity stripe. Looked into it. Portland Pilots. Hell of a job so far this season. 81% from the stripe. Great job, Pilots. Hey, honestly, any team above 80% in college basketball deserves a clap. Oregon Ducks, 65.6% from the free throw stripe. Get the hell out of here. I ain't doing it. Portland's ability to race the court, get out in transition, and knock down those free throws once they get out in transition and the dumb Ducks keep fouling them. That's what's going to get the job done. But you don't believe me and my dumb opinions. Believe the trends. Portland, 5-0 ATS last 5 road games. 4-0 ATS last 4 as a road dog. 4-1 ATS last 5 following a straight-up win. Oregon, 1-4 ATS last 5 home games. 2-6 ATS last 8 as a home favorite. 1-4 ATS, I swear I can't make this shit up, their last 5 Wednesday games. And 1-6 ATS, their last 7 as a favorite overall. They're overvalued. It's insane. And you might say to yourself, well, Colt, this is a low mid-major team going up against a Pac-12 powerhouse. Number one, Pac-12 is not the same that they were last year. We actually talked about it on yesterday's show. And wouldn't you know that Portland is one of those teams that visits Oregon quite often. And actually in the last 6 meetings between these two teams, Portland is 4-2 against the number. Give me the damn Pilots plus 17.5 in a matchup that shouldn't finish more than 8-10. This is simply too many doggone points for my 5th best bet of the day.
I like a partner. The biggest things that I like that you mentioned, that Oregon slow tempo, laying as many points as they are. I mean, they've beaten a few teams. They've kicked a few teams' ass, but I don't think this Portland Pilots team falls into the same category that those two teams. And 64%, I don't remember exactly what I said, but under 65% from the line is just inexcusable. I said some pretty harsh words. I'm trying to remember what they were, but I remember saying it's in the territory of Riley Magnuson free throw numbers, which is not good.
Oh, wow.
At least for
Wow.
a Power 5 college basketball team, that is not good. I mean, I can knock him down if I get hot, but
If he needs to,
64%,
but I
dude.
mean that's only if the old Achilles holds up, Bub.
Hey,
I don't
hey,
need hey
hey.
hey I don't
We ain't got to
need
be
you.
jumping at the free
I-
throw line.
That's okay. I don't need you getting back on the court and risk some bullshit. I know how damn accident prone your ass is. So hey,
Oh, whatever.
before before we get down in an entirely new rabbit hole,
About to Aaron Rodgers pop my scar up on this day. Which would
oh
be the
my
opposite
gosh, I
of
just
do
got
that.
a visual.
Anyways.
Please don't. Here we go. Final best bet of the day coming from your boy. Sixth and final. Listen up. Here we go. I'll make my face a little bit bigger so you can listen up even louder. We're going to the matchup between the Utah State Aggies against the Weber State Wildcats. And my friends, Weber State's just being a little bit undervalued at home, so we're taking the Wildcats plus 2.5. These are my Big Sky darlings. Partner, you know that. You guys will soon find that out as we get into the latter part of December and into January and February basketball. We will be hammering in the Big Sky Wildcats very often. They are 9-1 straight up, 5-3 against the number so far this year. I think they're being at this plus 2.5, and they're being undervalued because they are 4-0 straight up at home, but they're 1-1 against the number so far. You've heard me talk shit about that in the past as far as, oh, well, this team's 1-1. How does that happen? Well, they're still a very damn good team. I mean, they handled business when they played those teams. And Weber State, I was about to say Utah State. Weber State is actually a really hard place to play in for being a Big Sky court. It's 90th ranked in KenPom in home court advantage for the Wildcats. So those fans get wild. I've watched plenty of games there, and I think that really allows the Weber State Cats to keep this close, at least within a bucket, if not win the game outright. When I take 2.5s, I really play it to in my mind, I think that team is going to win the game outright, but I will gladly take the 2.5. There is a reason that this line is so low, my friends, and it's a setup for Utah State. They are actually 21st ranked right now in luck per KenPom. So they've been getting really lucky. They've been squeaking shit out. They've been having just these things that shouldn't have been happening for them. I know it happened to you, partner. I'll let you have your soapbox.
I was on the bad end. I had a loss when they had some terrible luck. The only time they would be number one if it wasn't the game that I had.
Yeah, it's
I digress.
it's absolutely ridiculous what has been going on with this team, and I think that's going to be another one of these spots, and hey, that's going to bump them maybe down to 31st now instead of first. But there are a key couple things that do lean into me taking and backing the Weber State Cats at plus 2.5. First thing, my friends, tempo. The Wildcats are going to boat race the Aggies. No B's in that one, but Weber State is 78th in the nation in tempo compared to Utah State, 193rd. And then the hustle stats, my friends. Turnovers, we've seen it early in the year so far. Teams that can win the turnover battle early and often tend to win the game here early on in the season for their team. So Weber State, 53rd in the nation per KenPom offensively in turnover percent, 37th in defensive turnover percent. So they got the defense and the offense to back it up in this category. Utah State does not. Outside of the top 100 offensively, 197th to be accurate for you per KenPom, and 114th in defensive turnover percent. Now, once Weber State does work on the boards, they do work boat racing the boys up and down the floor on a nice little fast break. They're going to lean into them. They're going to be physical. They're going to then milk the clock for a possession or two, and they're going to allow those home fans to get wild, get hyped, get insane. You might say to me, Colt, but this is just a Big Sky team. What are they simply going to do against the Utah State Aggies, who are just such a much more powerful organization? And I say to you, my friends, no, they are not. There is not that much of a difference. In fact, Weber State has the bigger, powerful, faster, more stronger human beings that are going to be gracing us with their presence on the court tonight. 71st in the nation in height and physicality per KenPom. 131st for the Utah State Aggies. There is no mismatch here, my friends. But if you don't believe me on my nonsense, on all my opinions and statistics, just believe the cold, hard trends. Weber State, 9-4 ATS their last 13 home games, 4-1-1 ATS their last 6 as a home dog. They're also 5-1 ATS their last 6 versus a team with a winning road percent greater than 600. They're also, I can't make this shit up, my friends, 8-4 ATS their last 12 Wednesday games. Utah State, 2-6 ATS their last 8 road games, 2-6 ATS their last 8 versus a team with a winning home record, and Weber State in the last 4 meetings with Utah State, another team that meets this team often, 3-1 against the number. There you go. There you have it. My final best bet of the day, wrapping up my 6 college basketball mid-major darlings, the Weber State Wildcats, plus 2.5.
I really like it, partner. I like this play a lot. I don't think you understand how much that pisses me off, that luck stat. I truly think they would be a top 10 team in luck. The one game that I back, -1, -2 against St. Mary's, they get some bullshit happening in the last refereeing in the last 10 seconds. So one of their ATS losses, they had straight up losses. Yeah. And they're the 21st luckiest team. Give me a fucking break, dude. Because I didn't know that either. That drives me nuts, dude.
Yeah, that is bananas. Okay, well, we have been going at it. We've been talking back and forth on every single one. We've been diving into rabbit holes. So we're going to quickly dish out the Wednesday Warrior, the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off. We'll recap everything, and we will just keep the rabbit holes rolling here for the second half of the show. So, first things first, there you go, my best bets of the day. Excuse me, Mid-Major King has now left the chat. He is now just the normal host of the TTL Pod, but he will still always be here nonetheless. If we need him, we can always grab the crown. What's up, dog?
Well, I mean, we got one Wednesday Warrior.
Oh, that is very true. So without further ado, thank you, partner, for remembering. They are my mid-major darlings. Another Big Sky darling for me. First special play of the day, Wednesday Warrior, is the Northern Colorado Bears, plus 24.5. Just a few too many points against Arizona. I think Arizona's just being a little overvalued, even though they are at home after that huge win in Champaign. I think they're just being a little bit overvalued. I think this could be just a touch of a letdown spot, even though you know me as not being a spot guy. Give us both all 24.5. As for the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off, you know the drill. We take one of my picks, we take one of Mag's picks, and we combine it with the Wednesday Warrior for a juicy parlay that pays out this week. At plus, if I wouldn't have covered up my damn notes, 589 odds, almost 6-1, my friends. You got a 10-spot, burn an hole in your pocket, you get 58.90. Right back in return in your bankroll when this motherfucker makes it straight to the pay window. So without further ado, my best bet of the day. The Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders, plus 11. Mag's best bets of the day. The San Antonio Spurs, -3. And the Northern Colorado Bears, plus 24.5, all parlayed up one more time for plus 589 odds the last time we checked. Let's get that right to the pay window. You've already heard us talk about the Blue Raiders and the Spurs, and you just better believe us on the Bears because they are my mid-major darling. There you go. There you have it. All of our best bets of the day. How about we recap all of those just in case anybody missed them? Right at the 11 o'clock hour. Sheesh. We didn't cook right along as per usual today. We did get hey, it's Wednesday. Maybe some people I wrote it in the description. Maybe some people really did have a case of the midweek blues, you know? Who knows what's going on? People needed some good vibes, and that's what we do here. Because, I see a lot of negativity, a lot of bullshit going around on these timelines. And that's not what we ever going to be doing here. Anything you see from TTL Sports Media. You see that crest down there below my partner's head? That right over yonder? Yeah, that's right. Well, look here. I can do it like this. Watch here. Check this out. That one right there.
Oh.
That one right there. You see that? No bullshit, no negativity, no toxicity when that crest is live and in prime time. Now, I will be taking it away, but you can also see it in another area on this screen, and the positive vibes will continue to flow. But there you go. There you have it. TTL Crew's best bets of the day recapped for you in a few brief seconds. Sorry, another fucking rabbit hole. What the hell is going on today? Good vibes, good energy. That's all that's going on, my friends. So, without further ado, because I always forget that I'm producing the damn show too, as well as hosting it and talking to my partner over there. TTL Crew's best bets of the day for this beautiful Wednesday of bets, also known as December the 15th, 2021, are now live in prime time behind the crew and on your screen. Please turn your attention directly above us for RMags.
Just made it.
I thought you, oh yeah, we did. I thought you were about to say something, so I wanted to stop. I was like, what the fuck are you saying? We're always in sync, folks. I always know when he's got something he's about to say right there. So, hey, just made it. We're in prime time. Please turn your attention. All the way above us, you got to go through a couple of letters to get to RMags picks, the top left portion of your screen. Two best bets coming at you today, both from the NBA hardwood. He is taking the San Antonio Spurs -3 and the Denver Nuggets 4. Turn your attention to the right side of your screen. The Mid-Major King has once again entered the chat, and he is hammering in. Chattanooga Moccasins +5. The Marshall Thundering Herd +3.5. The Akron Zips +3.5. The Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders +11. The Portland Pilots back in action +17.5. Far too many points. And the Weber State Wildcats +2.5. Honestly, fine with a point to even 2 points movement in either direction on all of those plays. Kindly turn your attention directly above us. Haven't got to play them for a long time because they haven't had value like this. Slightly undervalued on the road against the Arizona Wildcats are the Northern Colorado Bears. Those Wildcats coming off of that loss to the Shambana U of I Fighting Illini. Bit of a letdown spot here. So we're taking Northern Colorado +24.5 for the Wednesday Warrior. The Wednesday Warrior and goes into the Parlay Pop-Off, combines with one of my plays, one of Mag's plays, turns into the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off. 3 legs one more time on that bad boy. Northern Colorado +24.5. The San Antonio Spurs -3. And the Denver Nuggets -4 for grand total odds of +589 last time I checked. And my friends, before we can get all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 best bets of the day to the pay window and dive deep in the trenches for today's battle with the books, we need you to lock them in, hammer them home, sprinkle a little bit of dough down. Whatever you need to say, just make sure you get today's TTL Crew best bets of the day that are primed for ticket cashing at whatever the current best line is on your favorite sports book.
Oh, I love it. You did
Love
mention Arizona coming off a loss as far as
coming off a
champion.
win. I apologize.
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah. If anyone was listening 5 minutes ago, they heard us talk about them winning. So, whatever.
Yeah. I was cooking right along there, and yeah,
nailed
there
it.
you go. There you have it. TTL Crew's best bets of the day. Okay, you might have saw in there while you were watching, listen to the old recap for all of those audio listeners out there. Moneyline Dice Roll was on the screen. That is the next segment of the day. Hopefully the dice are not acting up, not doing their usual nonsense. But once again, going to the NBA hardwood, and we are going to the matchup between the Wizards and the Kings tonight. Partner, for all of our kind viewers out there, since we've already looked into it, can you be so kind as to tell us where this game's being played at? Who's the favorite? Who's the dog? What's the total being set at? And once you do, I'll grab these cubicle objects to be known as the Moneyline Dice and let them roll.
Alrighty, my friend, you mentioned it. We are in, well, I don't know if you mentioned where we are, but it is Wizards Sacramento in Sacramento. Kings are the home team tonight. The Wizards are the road favorite, -1.5 on the spread. Over under sitting at 225.5. Both teams scuffling right now, my friends. At least looking at the last 5, Wizards dropped 4 of the last 5 straight up. 0-4-1 on the spread last 5, and while the Kings are 0-3 last 3 ATS and straight up. So both teams looking rough right now. A lot of money coming in on the Wizards right now, partner. We'll see if the dice buy into that or if they're fading some of that monetary liability. If it's accurate, 60% of bets on the Wizards and 93% of money on the Washington Wizards. Sounds good.
Ready to rock and roll are the Moneyline Dice. So one more time, just so I'm on the same page, Wizards -1.5 on Tay Road, and total one more time for me.
225.5.
Okay, 225.5. I thought that's what you had said. All right, without further ado, my friends, the Moneyline Dice are now on set. They have entered the chat, and they are ready to rock and roll. They are now 1-1 on the week, and they have exited fade territory. So for the first time here today, we now find out. Don't know why Mags made that face. Hopefully nothing happened.
4-11-1 are the Wizards on the road against the spread.
Oh, boy. So without further ado, the dice are going to pretend they didn't hear that and keep their opinions unbiased. So without further ado, we all find out whether they're taking the home team Sacramento Kings or the away team Washington Wizards in 3, in 2, in 1. Home.
Okay.
Home team. Home team. That is an H. That is
all right, Dice.
Team.
We'll see.
Roll number 2. Are we going to the money line, getting a little juicy, or are we getting the 1.5 backing? Boy, oh boy, I sure hope we're getting the 1.5 backing. That would be pretty damn sweet. I didn't drop it. It's on my desk. Here we go. Everything's good. We all find out if we're going to the money line or taking the number in 3, in 2, in 1. Money line.
Okay.
Money line. Straight up. No funny business with the old fingers. Money line. First unofficial pick. Sacramento Kings money line from the Moneyline Dice. Now, will they be doubling down for yet the 3rd day in a row? Will they be going to the opposite team and say, hey, boys, sorry, we messed up. We need a re-roll? Or are they saying phooey to all of that nonsense, giving us 2 tickets today and going to the total? I don't know. Neither does Mags. You guys don't either, but we all find out in 3, in 2, in 1. Under!
All right.
Under.
Interesting.
Under. The big U.
Okay, Dice. A little skeptical, but okay, Dice.
You sure?
Kings are being waxed on the defensive end of the
The
floor these days.
Dice have spoken! If you want a guaranteed take 2, count 'em, 1, 2 tickets to the window today. It doesn't matter tonight. It doesn't matter what they've done defensively in the past. We will hear none of the qualms. We will hear none of the quarries. We will hear none of the bullshit. My friends, not per me, not per Mags, but per the all-knowing cubicle objects that be the Moneyline Dice hammer in right here, right now. The Sacramento Kings money line and under 225.5 in their matchup tonight with the Washington Wizards.
Thank you, Dice.
Thank you, Dice.
Hey, I'm hating, but I don't know shit about this matchup, man. I just
Neither
said
do
4-11 and
I.
1 are the Wizards on the road, ATS, so
That's
how
why
do I
we
know?
don't have a best bet out of this matchup, and the fucking Dice do. So there you go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's time to put the Dice to bed. Get on with the second half of the show. Thank you,
I was trying
Dice.
to figure out. I don't know if it was clickbait or not, but I saw something that De'Aaron Fox had some interesting words about his team. Said I hadn't really. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing. I hadn't ever lost until I got here. Something along those lines. As far as not his fault that they suck.
Well, sounds like it's time to bring back the gossip, bring back the drama and all the nonsense that you could go to every other sports media outlet and get, but we do it in our own way, just like the only way the TTL crew knows how. That's wild, that's banana, that's nonsense, and unfiltered, and we don't think about what comes out of the mouth before it does, unlike some of those FCC fellas. That all being said, partner, anything burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, you have been dying to get out to the kind folks that joined us on episode number 183 of the Talking the Line podcast on this absolutely beautiful, weird, hey, global warming's here, December 15th, 2021.
All right, dude. No sports talk. Well, I'm sure we'll get into some sports talk in a second. But as far as this, throwing a little wrench in what we usually do here on the sidebar.
Sign me up.
Little fun fact type shit here. Little 2 truths and a lie. Not about us, not personal facts, whatnot. Actual WTF facts type shit here. So I'm going to give you 3 facts. 2 of them are true. 1 of them is false.
Love it. Let's go.
Humans are the only known animals whose brain shrinks over time.
Well, if that's true, that's fucked.
Like I said, 2 truths, 1 lie. Just let you think of that one for a second. Soda pop causes more weight gain than any other food or drink.
I buy that.
Number 2.
For sure.
Number 3, the world's biggest tire manufacturer is Lego. The old Lego toys, biggest tire manufacturer in the world. 2 of them are true, 1 of them is false. Humans, only known animals whose brain shrinks over time. Soda pop causes more weight gain than anything. And the fun world of Lego is actually the biggest tire manufacturer in the world. Which one is the lie?
I know number 3 to be a truth because I've seen Discovery Channel in the past. I used to be a fucking banana nerd about bananas nerds about fucking watching Mythbusters and all the how it's made and all that shit. So I know Lego does make fucking tires and rubber. I know that's true. Number 2, that seems pretty well, remind me of that one again.
So are you for sure calling that Lego one a fact?
Yeah, well, yeah. So here's what I'll say. I'll say number 2 and 3, because I can't remember 2. 2 and 3 are the truths, and number 1, the human brain doesn't shrink over time. I'm going to say that. So 2 truths, and the lie is the human brain shrinking.
False.
Damn.
False. At least
Damn.
known. Human's brain, only one. That's why. I am not. The old
then what
science
makes
guy ever.
then what makes
I'm
you a
not-
fat ass?
Potato chips.
Oh.
Potato chips was the best. Soda pop's up there, or sugar infused drinks. That was up there.
Check it out.
It was like top 3.
I don't got any flubber flowing underneath the arms or anything. I'm not a big boy. But my secret craving, my secret thing. Like, I don't really eat sweets. I don't really do shit. Potato chips are my fucking shit. Potato chips are my shit, dude. I will crush a whole big bag to myself in one 10-minute setting. Yeah. You let me do it. I promise. Yeah. And I know you're the same. I know you love some good-ass fucking chips. You stick me in the fucking Walmart aisle with just all, deal here. Buy 2, get 1. Buy 3, get 4. Get 5, get... What am I doing? Next thing I know, I have a cart filled with potato chips. If I could never have potato chips again, it'd be a lonely, lonely life.
Yeah, so interesting. I mean, I guess I could totally believe the Lego thing because it was like, they are tiny, but they push out millions and millions of tiny little tires, so that's true.
So that was the lie?
No, the human brain was the lie.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
The potato chips was the lie. The soda pop potato chips weight gain, that was the lie. The human brain does shrink over time. And it is the only. That's like why dementia, Alzheimer's. That's why those problems can occur. That type of shit. So there you go. But I've been cutting back my potato chips because my significant other also destroys bags of potato chips. So I was getting to the point where we would buy them. I would, be excited to eat them, get home, and but she does this thing where she leaves me like the tiny, when you like get to the bottom and it's like, there's some in there, but it's not the best. I'll roll that up and leave that in there so I get, and I'm just like, I would forget that we had these chips at all. But if you leave me these, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be a little bit salty. If you just ate them all and throw them away, I forgot we had them. I would have forgot we had them. But you're leaving just the
Paige. If you are watching the show. Hey, you're going to have to pay the piper later, pal. And I'm not the one
I
that
just
said.
stopped buying chips for us. That's that's the shit that happened. For fuck's sake.
Oh, fuck. I love it. Hey, a little different spin to the sidebar there today. A little two truths and make us all fucking smarter. So the human brain does shrink over time. Only mammal or animal to do so, correct?
Only no.
Is that what? Only no mammal? Okay.
Only no.
Also, Lego, biggest tire manufacturer in America or the world? The world. Okay, so now we all know that. And global we also know that Pop, while it does not have the most advantageous supplemental value in the world, does not make you as much of a fat ass as does crunching an entire bag of potato chips. Thanks for making us all smarter, partner. I appreciate you over there, pal.
I try.
Hey, couple other fucking rabbit holes here, dude. Steph Curry, shout out. Every other number 2974. What did he end up finishing with last night, Mr. NBA, man?
Ooh, that's a good question. I wasn't stat tracking after that. I watched the game for the most part. I was actually bouncing around. Had a little bit of action on that one. I ended up doing with the Raptors. The Raptors game was crazy. I was starting to. I was really worried because I was worried that I was going to be the guy with Sportsbook and Sig shout out with his CLV trash can. Raptors 8, Raptors 5, 5.5. It went to overtime, and I'm like, oh no. But I ended up. I had a little risk-free parlay threw together and even after the drop that a small one, but I cashed that one, so that was nice. But
you're on a little parlay streak here, dude. You need to start putting these things out, or maybe not, because then you do, and then the gambling gods will see it, and they'll start crushing every one of them. So. I understand. Also, I don't at the same time. What the fucking fuck?
22 points for Steph, 5 threes. So I think he actually went over. We tweeted out, or you tweeted out. We put it on Instagram. The over/under, I believe it was 5.5. Stayed under that at 5.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people in spots like those where the these numbers are going to be inflated because everyone's watching and everyone wants to bet something. So I think he stayed under his point total, 22. Well, definitely stayed under point total at 22, and then 5 threes also stayed under. So did you see that was the most expensive Knicks regular season ticket of all time?
Did we talk about it on the show yesterday?
I don't think so.
Maybe it was post-show of Rob Perez tweeting out the ticket price of trying to get into the Garden. Yeah, I think that was after the show. Either way, yeah, absolutely bananas,
most expensive ever in Knicks history, yeah.
I mean, for crying out loud. I mean, yeah, if you know that's happening and everybody knows Steph, like he's our generational player, don't. Oh, dude, okay, so I'm going to go into another rabbit hole here in a second, but Steph is our Jordan, okay? I'm not saying he's fucking Michael Jordan,
I get what you're saying.
why and I'm not directing this at you, Mags. Why are NBA fans so weird? Why the instant that one man breaks a record, sets something, does something fucking amazing that no other human being will ever accomplish in their entire life, and cements their legacy in history forever? Why do NBA fans feel the need to fucking get into a Jordan LeBron fucking debate on Twitter when they have nothing to do with the whole fucking thing? And then find a whole other way to, this was stupid. Steph would never survive in the 80s and 90s. Stop with the 70s, 80s, 90s, 40s, what the fuck ever it is now. It is the 21st century. I don't even care that much about the NBA, and it pisses me off. Please, partner, I digress. Why are NBA fans so weird, and why do they feel the need to do it?
That I don't know. I don't know how I can answer that question. The one, I don't know if you're referring to a certain tweet from someone that I didn't know who it was. I'm going to try and find it again as far as Steph would have never done this. These 3 records don't mean anything in 2021. He would have never done this in the 80s or 90s. First of all, that's fucking ludicrous because it was like, the defense and teamwork. He would never make his ball movement and, off-ball movement would have shattered the minds of all the, this hard-nosed pushy. He would have just
He doesn't
around.
Stop. He doesn't stop. The reason why he can shoot 43s a game is because he doesn't fucking stop. And I saw somebody bitching
10 years ago. He would have changed it 30 years ago, and it would have been now. If he was alive in the 80s, 90s, the game would be even crazier because he would have changed any era. He would, and again, I agree with you. We're not trying to say he's Jordan. Jordan's our GOAT. I put LeBron second of all time. We're not even saying that. But as far as popularity and what he's done, he literally changed the game. And now it's kind of reverted back a tiny bit this year with those rule changes, which wasn't really him. They, just everyone was, they made rule changes for 140-point games of trying to get as many points as possible, which they've rightfully and, for the sake of entertainment, drawn back. But he changed the game, and he would have changed it in any decade, and he would have been fantastic in any decade. Not to mention he's going to play at a high level for another years and for 5 more years and put up another 2003s, and his record's going to be untouchable. So any hate on the man is just ludicrous.
It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. And I saw somebody bitching that he was, he shoots 33s a game. That's so stupid. That would
It's not true.
Didn't fucking stop him from shooting that many. Who the fuck cares? Maybe he's just hot and he only shoots 16 and he goes 14 for 16. He's just an excellent fucking shooter. I don't know. It just makes my brain short. Period. It just makes my brain short circuit. And I agree with you on that, dude. No, it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Why can't we just be happy for fucking Steph? He put in 2,470 fucking 4 3-pointers in his career, and he's not done. He's not done.
I saw one. I think it was Pablo Torre. I think it was. Who was like, with everything going on right now, this thing ain't over. If Ray Allen wants to pop back in and make a run at this thing, and this ain't over. And I was damn, he's absolutely not going to do that, but he ain't wrong.
But yeah, he ain't wrong. But also at the same time, what you closed was saying there. I mean, the next 5 years, Steph could drop in another 2,000, and he is even further cemented in history.
And worst case scenario, if he wanted to play until he's 45, worst case scenario, he's a spot up corner 3 and he's going to make 100 threes a game as some old, totally different version of himself. But if he wanted to, he's going to score 5,000 if he really wants to, man. It's ludicrous. I'm glad that's where you went because as much as I love the NBA, sometimes the conversations drive me nuts, man.
Same. And speaking of ludicrous, partner, keeping this second half of the show steaming on down the tracks. I appreciate the conversation on the NBA, even though I still don't really understand what the hell's wrong with people. What the fuck's up with this Sean Payton movie with Kevin James starring as the Sean Payton? I don't really fucking understand it. I'm not really getting it. I get the whole premise of the actual plot of the movie. That, he gets kicked out of the league for a year, and hey, spoiler alert, he goes back and he coaches his son's fucking high school
we all
team,
know the story.
And they're a bunch of fucking bums, and then he coaches them back up. You know what Drew Brees would do? He would go back and he would fucking work harder than all of you other dumb sons of bitches that are leaving practice early. What? He's still in the league, number one. Yeah. Number two, nothing like this has ever happened to Sean Payton. Number 3, Kevin James. Paul Blart?
No disrespect to Kevin James in certain roles. I'm okay with them.
The
But,
King of Queens, Doug Heffernan.
but at the point where he went Paul Blart, you can't then come back all the way back into being Sean Payton. You just can't. I don't know who would be my choice.
I don't know that this movie would be
dude.
my choice. I don't know, partner. I've said it millions of fucking times before. Somewhere in this world, matter of fact, in this United States of America, there was a group of people in some big old shiny fucking building while we sit here and grind our knuckles to the bone. They were up in some big old shiny fancy building sitting around a table saying, boy, oh boy, we need to give some people some good quality content to go out to the movie theaters again and watch after this son of a bitch Uncle COVID dies down. They think, we could do Pulp Fiction too. Nah. Tarantino will never come out. He won't do it again. He wants to do one movie and then he's going into retirement. Oh, what about if we this time of the year, we could bring back It's a Wonderful Life and no, we're not doing it. That's a classic. We don't want to ruin it. We don't want to bring anybody back. Oh, sports movie. I got it. The Saints are kind of struggling this year. Sean Payton, he's been in what if we did a movie about Sean Payton? Kyle, why would we do a movie about Sean Payton? I don't know, because I love the Saints. What? What kind of fucking sense does that make? Hold on. I got it, guys. Hold on. His son sucks at football. His son plays. He is not a good dad, not present in his life. Jerks the tears of women, men, and children worldwide. And they come in and they pay millions for it. My friends, I have the idea. There was a group of humans that sat around a table and said they had an idea about this movie, and I don't know about it all, partner. I don't know about it all.
I think it would still be ridiculous. And again, I don't want to throw this much disrespect at Kevin James. When I think of Kevin James, I think I would still not watch it. I think it would still be ridiculous if it was somebody that I could see as Sean Payton. I would still say I don't need to watch this. But at the point where you're putting a guy that's been Paul Blart and all these other roles as I just don't see it. I just don't see it at all. I don't get it, man. And you're not going to find me watching it. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a classic case of the internet bullying this movie out of into extinction altogether before it sees the light of day, if I'm being totally honest.
It's got to be a joke. It's got to be a joke. It has to be a joke, Mags, because they gave away the whole fucking movie. The whole point, the plot, the whole point. It has to be a joke. They don't do that with movies. They give away good parts of the trailer and the scenes and shit, but it was literally the whole movie in succession, bro. Come on.
I might be more interested if they just said if they didn't say the name Sean Payton and they just said this is a football movie about a guy that coached in the NFL, got kicked out and has to go to high school.
Cool.
I might be more interested in that.
Maybe I'm in.
Probably not. But I at least I could see that. Okay, Kevin James, perfect role, fine. And all these goofy ass kids, sure, great. But Sean Payton, man, get out of here.
I also say this a lot. What are we doing? What are we doing out here? This don't make any type of shit. Partner, I think it's a joke. I swear it's a joke. I really think it is.
Seriously, it has to be. To get us off this rabbit hole, partner, a little bit of a breaking news.
Not
Not earth-shattering, but kind of historic. College football recruiting news. I do believe it is National Signing Day. Number 2 overall college football recruit Travis Hunter has flipped from Florida State and is signing with Deion Sanders at FCS program Jackson State, my friend.
Wow.
Deion Sanders hinted at this, that he was about to pull off something historic, and first 5-star high school football prospect to sign with an FCS team since ESPN started these rankings in 2006. So
C. John Rothstein, the transfer portal, we break for no one.
Well, this is recruiting. This is high school recruiting, not transfer portal.
Oh, I forgot that wasn't in.
So it wasn't didn't sign with.
My brain went to a whole different spot. Okay, yeah. So same kind of the same fucking deal. Did he decommit from FSU?
Yeah. Oh. Flipped his commitment. That's what it is. Yep.
The fucking Noles are pissed. The Noles are pissed.
Fucking fantastic for Deion, but where Florida State is right now, that's a fucking knife to the chest, my friend.
Oh no, that's a knife straight to the nutsack, dude. That's just like that. They just
He's been
took
committed
their
since
manhood.
March of 2020.
Oh, he just took their manhood. Oh, they needed it. It's not
Good
good.
for Deion,
It's
man.
not good, dude.
Good for
Hey,
Deion.
good for Deion. Whatever he's building down there in Jackson State. Hey, good for him. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it all
Be a
pays
wagon
off.
next
But
year, man.
I fucking hope they are. I hope they can get into freaking FBS territory and get out of the F. I mean, could you imagine? That would be insane.
That would be insane.
They
That'd
can
be
start
awesome.
recruiting guys and start getting people like, damn, look what Coach Deion's doing down there. Maybe I do
'Cause it seems
transfer to
like-
Jackson State. Like,
I think if he wanted to, he could probably, no, not even probably, especially after that, he could definitely get up to he himself could move up to an FBS program. It doesn't seem like he wants to. I think he wants to build Jackson State into something.
I think so, man. I think he connected. I watched a little bit of that Barstool show that he has.
Oh yeah, I don't know the name, but I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't know what the hell it's called, but yeah, like what he's building down there. I mean, seems like a legit culture. Like he's flipping the entire script. Like it doesn't look like he's doing it for the cameras or shit either. Like you can kind of tell for sure when somebody's fucking got a whole different personality in front of the cameras. And I mean, Deion's gonna be Deion prime time regardless, whatever.
Right.
But at the same time, I think he is maybe one of the best blessings that Jackson State team could have ever got as far as a football coach. So. Speaking of college football, partner, look at me in segues today. We're about to go bowling this weekend. College bowls start up this upcoming weekend. Nothing crazy. There were a couple I just wanted to shout out. I'm sure we will be covering them on Cup of Joe on campus. However, they are worth mentioning because, just wanted to touch base on these bad boys. We got, if this was a college basketball game, I would be all over it. We're actually betting on this team here today, Middle Tennessee plus 10 against the Toledo Rockets. In college football, would probably take the Rockets minus 10 if I'm going anywhere in that game.
I think so. I need to dive in more into Middle Tennessee, but kind of just feels like a de facto action game where I might be interested in the dog. Like I said, not too knowledgeable on old Middle Tennessee, so maybe I'm eating my words here in a couple days, but I might be interested in the dogs there.
Maybe. Let's see here. Western Kentucky against App State. This one should be good. Line open up at 2.5 in favor of App State. It's now holding pretty firm at 3 across the market. Total is at 68. Opened up at 66.5. I am definitely interested in that over. I think both teams get to 30, no problem. At least 35, no problem. I see this game getting to 70 bare minimum. So if it goes to 70, I wouldn't take anything over than that. But I think this bad boy is a high-scoring affair. UTEP Miners going up against the Fresno State Bulldogs. I think the Bulldogs are just being a little bit overvalued, minus 11.5. UTEP's been able to smack some teams in the mouth. Actually, line opened up 14.5 down to 11.5 now since that open. UAB at BYU. Now, this one I would be interested in laying the touchdown with BYU. They've been decent so far this year. However, maybe as I talk about it, I'm a little bit more interested in grabbing the 7 points with UAB, who has been kind of a sneaky team. It's bowl season, man. Who knows? Maybe worth a look there as well. I would say the under 55 in that game. I'm not super privy on it, but I'm pretty sure both teams are damn good defensively. Eastern Michigan, Liberty. This one should be a good game. I would take Eastern Michigan plus 9.5. MAC bowl action. I think that's what it. Liberty's a good team, but not 10.5 points better. I think Oregon State is going to be extremely overvalued against Utah State, laying the 7.5. I hate it that I'm loving all of these dogs in this spot, but Marshall, you never get them as a dog. I literally just talked about it. They're a 5-point dog against ULL. Especially in a bowl game, you have to take Marshall. I think that'll probably be one of my best bets for this weekend.
And especially, I think with ULL coming in at what everyone knows about them as 5.5, I think a lot of people are going to be drawn into that.
And that actually wraps up this weekend of action because then bowl action starts. Monday we got Old Dominion Tulsa. Tuesday we have 1-2 games. Wednesday 1 game between Mizzou and Army. Thursday 1-2 games. Friday
that Tuesday
1 game.
UTSA San Diego State, man. Ooh, that's gonna be good.
That'll be a good one. Fucking UNT Miami, Ohio, UCF, Florida, Memphis, Hawaii, Georgia State ball. Oh my God! I mean Nevada. I mean this is gonna be electric. Boston College, ECU.
I didn't dive too deep into it. Did you see the shit coming out about Hawaii's football program? That their coach is like just some giant asshole, grinding them past the point of past an acceptable point. I don't think I'm talking about my ass here. Like I said, didn't dive too deep, but I don't think the old, the Rainbow Warriors players and personnel are too happy with their head coach there.
Well, son of a bitch. Okay, well, there you go. There you have that. Well, once it kicks off on Friday, bowl season, it does not stop until January the 4th. Tuesday, January the 4th at 8 p.m. on ESPN between Go Tigers and the Cats. Kansas State against LSU for, not sure what the hell that bowl is. Doesn't say where I'm looking. Texas Bowl, the 2022 Texas Bowl.
Hey.
And then you got the New Year's 6. Why is there only 4? I'm not sure. Oh, because you got the, oh, fuck, I forgot they're playing the CFP on that Saturday, but so the Saturday or the Friday, because New Year's Day is on the Saturday, I think. Either way, so yeah, you got the 31st, Cincinnati, Bama, UGA, Georgia, and Michigan, and then the first, Penn State, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, North Dakota, Notre Dame, what the fuck, Oklahoma State, Notre Dame, Iowa, and Kentucky, Ohio State, and Utah, and then Baylor and Ole Miss. So we got plenty of college football, goodness fucking gracious, college football to ingest, watch, bet on, banter about for the next couple of weeks here. What are we working with? It's the 15th today, so about
With the championship, it'll be about a month.
2 weeks. About 2 weeks here. It won't be about a month. It'd be about 2 weeks. The champion. Oh, I guess. Yeah, you got to play the championship. I forgot. Yeah, it'd be after that. Okay, yeah. So you are on the right track. Forget me. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. So yeah, about a month. There you go. There you have it. Last but certainly not least, partner, only one other item I wanted to say. Are sports about to be canceled again, or what the hell's going on? COVID kind of.
I don't think so. Worst case, I feel like they might just get real stingy with some protocols, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because they've kind of gotten lax on that.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but we'll be sure to keep you guys updated if anything comes out. I mean, it's all over everything, obviously, but damn it,
Hey, at least PGA is going to keep kicking regardless, I think, and old Uncle Dana is going to keep the UFC kicking. We know that for sure.
Yeah,
so.
Uncle Dana said no question about it. I mean, he's got the Apex on lockdown if he needs to. He'll fucking quarantine fighters in the Apex.
Yeah, NFL ain't going to stop for nothing at this point in the season either. So
yeah, it would take something pretty drastic for that to happen. So
I mean, the NBA really has been. I mean, obviously there's some stuff going around, but as far as any single team, really, our Bulls are the ones that have been getting ransacked the most so far, as a single team's concerned.
Hell yeah. I definitely agree with you there. But yeah, the NHL too is kind of having some issues. So COVID just kind of popping up right now in sports. I don't know.
Cold weather, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. T's and P's, everybody that's dealing with that son of a bitch. I battled him, got through him, but he's a pain in the ass. I know. Okay, wrapping things up before we get into the final segment, my motivation minutes, and get y'all out of here for the third shameless plug of the day. The Wise Words podcast that drops at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, right in about 25 short minutes from now. Features a innovator, a young entrepreneur, an up-and-comer in the sports gaming industry. Used to be a banking investment analyst, now is a sports investment analyst of sorts. I suggest you tune in. Suggest you get some knowledge and insights you won't find anywhere else from some of the brightest, sharpest, most electric names in all of the sports gambling industry. Again, drops on our YouTube channel, Talking the Line Sports Media, at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time today, December the 15th, and then will be out on all major podcast directories following that. Cup of Joe on campus, as per usual, just mentioned that a little while ago, Saturday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will see you. College bowl season and college basketball season is moving and grooving, so we're going to be back to having plenty of shit to talk about on Saturday. Your boy's got to get his license updated, so got to be a little quicker on Saturday's episode, just so we're all on the same page. Let's see here. Pick blog will be coming out. I was looking into some stuff. We got some solid value. Might have another DBAB parlay coming out. We got a solid card full of Brazilians, and you see it in my bio. Hashtag don't bet against Brazilians. We might be getting into that world again. We'll definitely be dishing out UFC pick blog either way, but just stay tuned until Saturday. RMags has extra cheddar, yada, yada, yada. He'll have that shit out, his Packers.
Hey, I'm cooking along.
Yeah, he is cooking on. He is cashing some damn tickets. If you love the Packers, you like to just bet on props that'll cash.
You like to winning some money,
Go check out RMags Extra Cheddar blog. You can also check out all of our additional content, everything in between, on talkingtheline.com. Outside of that, Nothing else I got, my friend. No other outstanding announcements for TTL here. Just be sure to tune into Wise Words, dropping now in about 23 short minutes. Outside of that, partner, what say you?
One last thing, and I'll let you take it away. A lot of people are already chatting about it on Twitter, but mentioned National Signing Day for college football. It was already pretty lopsided, but the old Big Ten football, my babies, my diehard nature of Big Ten football, I already knew they kind of need a little division shake-up. All the best teams typically are in the East, I believe it is. The East, but the recruiting classes that just came out, the 1 through 7 recruiting classes are all in the East. 8 through 14 are all in the West, my man. And, I mean, you kind of already knew that with Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, and Michigan State. But even Indiana, Rutgers, Maryland are 5, 6, and 7 over Purdue, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, Northwestern, Wisconsin at 13, man.
Wow.
Ugh. And Nebraska at 14. I don't know how Scott Frost is still holding on to a job over there, but that recruiting class ain't going to help him out too much in the near future.
No.
I would say so.
I'm surprised they ain't gave him the shit can yet. That still really surprised me. I thought he would be one of the ones to go with Manny Diaz right around that time, but I guess not. I guess Scott Frost stays husking corn for the time being. So,
Good grief.
Thank you, partner, for the last late breaking news. We'll be sure to stay updated. I got to get that monster truck flip going back on the old Twitter without some nonsense. We'll be talking about National Signing Day, of course. I have a little extra something to talk about. And then we got some college basketball ticket cashing to do here shortly. So let's get everybody on out of here for Wise Words drops in about now 21 short minutes. We all need a little extra inspiration and positivity in our lives. So final segment of the day. Something I promised to always do, my motivation minutes. Now, I can't take credit for the quote here today. Sometimes I do quotes. Sometimes I like to expand upon somebody else's message. And today, that person's message is from the legendary Tony Robbins. If you know motivation in any form or fashion, Tony's one of those guys that when he walks into a room, you fucking know Tony Robbins is in a room. And he's one of a kind, and he's been doing this for a long time. And someone that I would love to meet sometime and have our paths cross. But I actually found a great quote of his this morning as I was kind of formulating what I was going to bring to you guys today. And his quote that he said was, "Stay committed to your decision, but stay flexible in your approach." And one more time, because I think, damn, that's powerful. Stay committed to your decision, but stay flexible in your approach. And I was having a conversation last night about the fact of why things fail. And so many people will talk about, it seems like when you want to take on a dream or a passion or go on a journey that you'll hear us talk about today on the Wise Words Pod, there's always that chance of failure. And everybody wants to talk about failure and, oh, what if this fails and this and that. And you know what's funny is I kind of got to thinking about it because it was kind of weighing on me. Like, what the fuck, like we're obviously on that journey too. Like, what if TTL fails and what if that? And I was like, nothing ever fails. Nothing really fails at all. When you think about it, if you just continue to work and you continue to put forth your best effort and you don't quit, it's not going to fail. As long as you just keep working at whatever the hell it is that you're working at, it's going to come to fruition. If you stop, that's when it fails. And the thing is everybody is so accustomed and used to just being able to quit, pull the plug, stop, back out whenever they can in this life, in any situation they want in this life. And they know that if they take on all the risk and the responsibility and all this shit that it takes to chase a dream, chase a passion, start a business, start a brand, whatever it might be, they know they can't back out. And they know they don't have that option because then they immediately become a failure. So, my friends, if you're on that journey, it's not going to fail. Things fail and ideas and businesses and personal brands fail because people quit. Things stop growing when you stop watering them. I said it months ago. The grass is greenest where you water it. If you want something to grow, you want something to expand, evolve, move, shake, groove, bake, go water it. Go plant those seeds again. If you decided to walk away and it's still itching at you, go scratch that son of a bitch. Stop ignoring it. Because the only time you fail and can be a failure is when you quit. Period. Point blank period. You cannot tell me there's any other argument on this planet. The only way you can fail is if you quit. And the only way something will be a failure or not succeed, is what I should start saying, is the only way something will not succeed is if you quit. If you just keep going, you keep getting up every day and going to work. You might not have the clearest picture. You might not have the slightest idea of what the fuck is actually going on, but you know how to work and you know how to give your best effort. Sometimes that's all you need to do. And even when you feel like quitting, don't. And in the words of the legendary Jim Valvano, as we exit V-Week here on this beautiful Wednesday, don't give up. Don't ever give up. And that does it for my Motivation Minutes of the day.
Love it, my man. We are getting close to Wise Words Wednesdays, so I will not add too many other thoughts, but I love that one. No doubt about it, my friend.
Spoke myself in the damn eye, but I appreciate you, my friend. You are a gentleman and a scholar. You are correct. 17 short minutes until the drop of the Wise Words Pod, so that officially does it for my Motivation Minutes of the day. Certainly seems like it does it for this episode of the Wise Words Podcast. Yep, that would be it. Okay, there those bad boys go. Outside of that, my friend, anything else from your side of the screen?
No, sir.
Okay, well, there is only one final thing left that I know how to do. Ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide, from myself and Mags. I crack myself up sometimes. From myself and Mags, thank you so much for choosing to stop by episode number 183 of the Talking the Line podcast on this beautiful December the 15th, 2021, also known as CC, the Talking the Line podcast 2021. Beautiful Wednesday of bets. We have plenty of trips to the pay window ahead of us, so please get on your jogging shoes because we will be making plenty of trips to it. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of our heart. All of your support, your subscriptions, your likes, your follow, your feedback, everything in between. I could mention a million and one things, but we see you guys. Thank you for allowing us to continue to keep chasing our dream, our passion, go through this journey, and bring you our insights and analysis and dive into some rabbit holes with us every single day. Thank you. It means more than you know. Last but certainly not least, we hope you have a spectacular rest of your Wednesday, unless you have any other plans whatsoever. If you plan on coming to the next episode of the Talking the Line podcast, I suggest you take the over once again. But for now, my friends, I say unto you, as I've said now 182 other times, now about to be the 183rd. Let's cash some tickets.